loved watching Stan Ballard play at William Blount High School. I loved his game and his competitive spirit. He was a leader, and he made those around him better. When he chose Roane State Community College, it nearly broke my heart, but I stayed after him, and 2 years later, he decided to transfer to Maryville. It didn't take long for the team to appreciate this addition to the roster, especially Scott Fletcher, who was a sophomore at that point. He and Stan hit it off from day one.
Stan had his own unique style that was very easy to love. It blended a lot of things: goofy, naive, honesty and character, but just always complete purity. An unwavering commitment for whatever he was doing. He was just a special dude who loved to compete, he loved to win, and he loved doing it with those around him.
Off the floor, Stan and Scott were close friends. On the floor, they were big threats at the post position. They were usually our top two scorers and rebounders. In their last year together, they both led us in scoring with a 15-point per game average, and they made second team all conference. After Stan's senior year, I asked him to be a member of our staff, and quickly you could tell that he was born to coach.
He was fun to be around at work and at play, but the characteristic that resonates the deepest with me was just the soundness of Stan's character. It was always obvious to me that he came from an awesome home with great parents and family. Stan was also very serious about his faith and his foundation of faith. I saw that, his faith and character, and also his grace and dignity after he was diagnosed with cancer. Stan was 29 years old and had such a great life ahead. He and Lisa had just started a wonderful family together, and it was obvious that he was going to be an enormously successful coach. And things were good for Stan, and then he got the news. He had every reason to be bitter, but he wasn't. He relied on his family and his friends and his faith, but more than anything, his character, and he endured very courageously a 10-year battle with cancer.
Stan battled the cancer just like he played and coached the game of basketball. His spirit to never give up was an inspiration to all of us.
Stan died in December of 2005 at 40 years old. And I visited him a few weeks just before he passed, and I'll never forget our conversation. He was at peace and still spreading the sunshine and complete optimism. I felt the Ballard name being forever on the new practice facility was very, very appropriate for many reasons. Stan was an MC student athlete who lived his short life in exemplary fashion. He was the epitome of all the good things that make special teams special. And our family wanted for our team to share in the joy of recognizing Stan for what he meant to us, collectively, and with hope that it'll strengthen our friendships for the remaining balance of our lives.
It is very fitting that the honor places Stan's name in this practice facility. He had a strong work ethic and invested hours on this floor to make himself and his team better. Future Scots will be inspired to do the same. It's also fitting that this gift originates from a team that helped establish the Maryville basketball culture that we all enjoy today. A culture of winning basketball, a culture built of many hours of practice and hard work, and a spirit of teamwork and camaraderie that lasts a lifetime. I'm so proud of our boys.
On behalf of Scots Nation, I want to say thank you to Scott Fletcher and his family for providing us with a beautiful new practice facility that honors Stan Ballard. Maryville College's history is replete with graduates who make a huge impact on programs and the lives of their peers. And clearly, Stan was one such graduate. Now with his name and his story shared with future student athletes, Stan's impact lives on.